Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to flip through the Artist magazine, and the theme is painting winter scenes in watercolour. That's the main theme. So let's have a look. Some ads. I hope you've all been well and the new year is going good for you. I've not been that motivated as I usually am at the start of the year. I'm not sure why. It's been very cold here. I'm in the UK. Very cold and very busy, like with different things like work and running my business, being a parent. It's just everything. It's just been really busy. So I've had no motivation for kind of goals and things like that. I mean, I do have in mind goals and things, but I've just been unmotivated, to be honest. As I said in my last flip through, I did join an online art evening class via Zoom. We have it, and that's been really good to hold me accountable to be doing at least some form of art each week. It's a drawing class, mainly with drawing. So brushing up on my drawing skills. So I feel like even though things are busy and I'm unmotivated, because I've joined this art class, I'm actually doing something for myself and think something quite makes me happy. So I can take an hour out of my week to do a bit of drawing, which I would never usually do. I mean, I do make time to do like painting when I can, but drawing, I never make time for it, and it's always something that I mean to that I do mean to kind of brush up on and practice more, because the drawing is the foundations of artwork, really. So yeah, and I've done a couple of classes, and I feel like I'm learning and brushing up already. So this one is turning ideas into paintings. Caroline Saunders talks to winner of the Artist Award in last year's Royal Society of British Artists Expedition, Mike Davis, talks about his acrylic ink and print creations. So with these flip throughs, I use Readly. So if any of the flip throughs you see on my channel, they're via the Readly app, and there's always a link in my description where you can get 30 days free, like to try it out. So it's highly worth at least trying it out, because it's not like I'm going through and reading everything, and you may want to read through something, save something to go back to. So we're just having a flick through to see what content these magazines have, and give some inspiration. Or if you don't get these magazines in your country, it's good to see what you get to see what's in the magazine. So yeah, and if you want to save a page on here, you just press the arrow coming out of the box, and then you can save it to your device and go back to it later, but it will only save the page and not the whole magazine to your device. This is good. I like this. Look at that, the fireworks. Oh, it's quite busy, but to fit all of this in one drawing is amazing. You've got crowds, you've got fireworks, you've got all the monuments and things, buildings, soldiers, buses. Manchester United FC. Man U fans celebrating the treble. Okay. Coloured etching. Okay. I like the look of it though. I like the colours and I like it. I like it. So yeah, I like the style of these artworks. Mike Davis in conversation. Okay, that's a strange way to be drawing, but if it gets the job done, why not? This is nice. Arsenal Stadium. Yeah, I'm an Arsenal supporter. This whole household is Arsenal supporters. We watch a lot of Arsenal football. I love this. Mike Davis, the Gunners' last game at Highbury, hand-coloured etching. This was a deliberate attempt to produce a work that would bring in revenue by appealing to a niche market, which it still does. I mean, I'm sure if I showed this to, my other half and my son, they'd like it because it's Arsenal. they'd love it. So yeah, definitely would appeal to football fans. Worth the effort. The outdoor watercolourist faces plenty of problems braving the cold winter, but as Graham Booth shows us, there are riches to be had, treasures to be found. I do like winter scenes, especially snowy ones, my favourite. Look at the water there, the reflections. Nice. So that's his demonstration, and say if you wanted to, follow his demonstration, you can just save the pages of the demonstration to your device and then go back to it later and then just follow it through to practice. That's nice. Paper choices. Choosing the right paper is the foundation of our drawing. In the second of his 2 articles on line and wash, Alan Bickley shares a closer look at papers and demonstrates a still life on a tinted ground. So we've got mixed grey, tone mixed. The Strathmore range of drawing papers, including toned grey, tanned and blue, make great neutral, cool and warm background colours for ink drawings and will take a light watercolour wash as well. You can buy them in pad form in different sizes and weights. I also like their charcoal pads, which have a variety of useful colours to work on. These are suitable for charcoal but also work well with pastel and ink. So there you go. Demonstration still life with sweet peppers and chilli. So this is like a demonstration to follow. Inks explained. So there's some explanation on the different inks, the modern inks, carbon inks, traditional inks. It's all coming together. Finished painting. Nice. The lace painter, Sophie Ploeg, shares her passion for painting antique lace with advice and tips for creating these delicate patterns in oil. Yeah, if you're painting clothing and things like that a lot, brushing up on your lace painting might be a good idea. Look at that detail, amazing. Needle lace with a small brush. Figure 2, dense bobbin lace. It's an interesting subject to study. An example of large piece of netting, detail from gazelle below, dry paint scumbling for the veil and painting the lace with a smaller brush. Look at that, that's amazing. That looks amazing. It's incredible work. It's worth the learning because, the results are just incredible. Look at that. Nice. The moon rises, oil on linen. Wow. Incredible. That's amazing work. The joy and challenge of watercolour portraits. Catherine McDermott shows why it's good to get to know her subject in watercolour and relishes the unpredictability of the medium. I love the colours in that. Demonstration and Bob. Nice. First of 3, a portrait of Morag. Imagine naming your cat Morag. That's an Australian name, isn't it? In the first of 3, not that there's anything wrong with that, but Morag seems like like an old woman's name. In the first of the 3 articles on painting animal portraits in pastel, Emma Colbert demonstrates how her choice of velour paper forces her to work in a more painterly manner. Old Morag there. I've never really, I mean, obviously I love animals. I've got a dog myself, but I've never really been interested in doing animal portraits or drawing animals. It just seems boring to me. Like, it's not interesting for me personally. But I admire people that do, do animal portraits and things like that, because it always looks amazing. I just haven't, it's just not a subject that interests me personally to do. Evaluation and reflection. In the second of 3 articles, Helen Tarr discusses how inspiration, experimentation and reflection can help you create oil paintings you will love. I am always doing what I cannot do yet in order to learn how to do it. Vincent van Gogh, letter to Anton van Rapport, 1885. I've actually got the book with all his letters in, which is interesting. I've not read it completely, but I do flick through it quite often and read bits. I love the colours in there. The pinks and purples, I love together. Stage 4, exercise to try, finished painting. Let the adventure begin. Peter Burgess finds inspiration in the work of the old masters. Discover for yourself new ways to learn about painting from artists of the past. I mean, this is a repeated thing, isn't it? To learn from the masters of the past and get inspiration from their work, copy their work so that you can learn how they work, their techniques, invaluable lessons to be learned there. Like choosing an artist and then studying their work and then trying to recreate some of their work just to get, to learn their techniques, to use in your own artwork is, a good little project to do. I did Van Gogh. I remember at school for my GCSEs when we had to pick an artist and do that. I did some works. I recreated 3 of his, I'm sure it was either 2 or 3 of his paintings. I mean, obviously I was in secondary school then, so I wasn't like amazing, but I remember being really pleased with the work I did do, but I never took the work home. I left it at school for some reason. I don't know why I never brought the work back, so I haven't actually got the work. So I was proud of my Van Gogh project. Follow Paul Talbot Greaves as he demonstrates a winter snow scene in acrylic and sets an exercise for you to try at home. That's my preferred medium is acrylic because it's just easier for me. And my being able to paint my lifestyle, because you can just whip them out, paint, put it all back. That's it. Dries quickly, and there you go. It's just I thought maybe later on in life when I'm not as busy as a mum and working so much and I've got more time, I'd like to I have used oils before, but I'd like to obviously put more practice and learn more about oil painting. But at the moment it's just not something that fits into my lifestyle. And having a 5-year-old around who's also into artistic, she's quite artistic. I can't leave anything out. Everything has to be packed away immediately as soon as I finish anything, if she's around or if she's going to be around. I love seascapes as well. Something I would like to paint. I've never painted a seascape, but I always admire them. I'd like to in acrylic. So probably a project for this year. First steps with lino printing. Breaking the boredom of lockdown, Gemma Curtis turned to lino printing to release some creativity. Follow her guide to producing your first lino cut print. This is also something I'd like to try. It looks fun. You can get kits online, so I might just get a kit and just do some, just for some fun, just for the fun of learning a new skill. I just like the idea of it all. Gemma's top tips. I might save this article for that purpose. And stage 1, stage 2. Look at that, the way she's created that stamp, the lino stamp. Cool. And then she could make, and then once you've got that lino stamp, you can just make multiple prints for that. I love the way that turned out. I definitely want to try it. The value of a mentor. Sarah Edmonds shed light on the value of a mentor. Sarah Edmonds sheds light on the value of a mentor. A value a mentor can bring to the life of an artist to help their business grow. Sorry, I couldn't read then. So this is in acrylic, ink and paint. And look at that result. Artist life, case study. Did I just miss a page? Sorry. So how do you find a mentor? Eye-catching. Recognising and emphasising what first caught your eye, whether in a photograph or from life, will help you to create better paintings. Bob Brandt explains why. Working at speed. These are quite nice paintings. Summertime. Summer and fun. The two words that spring to mind when I look at those paintings. Reference photograph. Bob's top 10 tips for eye-catching paintings. Study as many images of impressionist paintings as you can, identifying which areas are painted in detail and which are merely sketched. In the detailed areas, what features caught the artist's eye? Practice glancing at rather than carefully studying any scene in the real world you think is interesting. Pick out the features that momentarily catch your attention. Make a quick sketch in any medium of that scene, recording accurately the eye-catching features and merely suggesting the rest. See how many of those features are not whole objects or figures, but parts of them that were possibly brightly coloured or strongly contrasted. Take a photo of the same scene to study later. In the studio, compare the photo with your sketch to see where the two images differ and where they are alike. Paint that scene basing your design on the eye-catching features, whether or not they are what you chose to be the main subject. Paint those features in brighter than normal colours as freely as your sketch suggests. Use dark colours and glazes to add to the impact of the bright areas that catch your eye at first glance, rather than try to lighten shadowy areas as you would see them as your eyes adjust. That's the top 10 tips, guys. That's the finished paint artwork. Understanding coloured pencils. Millie England explores the medium of coloured pencils and encourages us to experiment to find the colours and ranges that suit us best. Derwent Lightfast. Arteza don't match up to Derwent Lightfast and Holbein coloured pencils in terms of quality, and they don't layer up as well either, but they're still great. It's a great tool to use before working on the final artwork. For the love of dogs. In this abridged extract from Atmospheric Animals in Watercolour, Jean Haynes demonstrates how to paint a dog's nose step by step. Oh, cute. Cute little noses. So that's just a demonstration on how to do the old nose. Let's just see the final bits. Exhibitions, some exhibitions that are going on. What's at the Tate Modern? Cezanne. Okay. Till the March 12th, interesting. Which one's that? Bankside. Royal Academy of Arts. Mini picture show at the Bankside. Interesting. National Gallery at Trafalgar Square, I've been there. Turner on tour. I'd love to see that. I love his artwork. And yeah, some interesting exhibitions going on. What's gallery and print? I think this is the end of the magazine now. Art books. Yep. Oh, love at first sight. There is more than one reason why art is made and sold. Mike Barr takes a closer look at art sales. So yeah, so there's some quite art business articles in here too, wasn't there, about the mentor and the one we just saw there. So that was quite interesting. I mean, that magazine isn't one of my favourites, but I thought that was quite an informative magazine actually. I was quite impressed this month. So I'm going to save the lino cutting tutorial for myself and hopefully give that a try at some point. I might look up getting like a kit or something so that I can, get started quickly. But yeah, I'd recommend making a plan to try something new this year and branch out in your creativities, and let me know if you manage to do that. That would be great. I'm always up for talking about art and art projects and anything to do with art, so feel free to contact me, leave a comment. My Instagram is at 75 Art Street if you want to contact me there. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so I know that you enjoyed it, and also subscribe for future flip throughs and art content from myself, because I do post my own art content. I just haven't I posted a video, a Christmas video, art content for myself. So, and I'm going to try and do maybe some more shorts as well. Haven't really posted a lot of shorts, but just subscribe and you'll get different types of art content here and there from me. It will mainly be magazine flip throughs now for this channel, so that I can post consistent content, and it's something I really enjoy doing and sharing with you. So it'll mainly be magazine flip throughs with a sprinkle of my own art projects and videos. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.